I know.
Again.
I don't know why.
Strange. Okay.
I think we're good. Check on your computer, though, just in case.
It says you're live. Let's see.
I'm just going to pretend like we are and keep going. All right. Hi, everyone, and welcome to this weekly Wednesday live stream. I am Timothy Von Rueden, better known as Vonnart Online, and I'm joined by my now fiance, Josh. Say hello.
We're up. Oh, hi. Hello.
How's the audio? Perfect. Okay.
I think we're good.
And we do these weekly Wednesday live streams when we're not doing conventions. They're gone in a different state. Every Wednesday to either discuss something in the art field, do a drawing demo, draw with you guys, have a kind of feedback stream where you guys give me suggestions to draw, or ones where I give critiques. There's a lot of things that we like to do on these streams. And today is going to be finishing a fan art piece that I started while at a convention. This was Oticon, and it was because I bought a lot of books. And I'll get into that in just a second, but before we get into it, if you guys want to put where you're watching from, we like to give shout outs while people are still joining in before we get started. And during that time period, let me share some of said books that I got with you guys, and maybe some of you might be interested to get some of these for yourself. Now, the reason I'm even doing this fan art piece is because I told Josh that because I like to collect art books, I wanted a way to kind of justify paying for them. So my way of doing it is one of the art books that I get, I think I should do like a fan art piece or something related to it, and then sell it for the price of all the books combined. And this one I will hopefully have on the shop next week. But I think the total, I'll have to re-look at it. I think it was like $362.
You did get a lot of books.
I did get a lot of books.
Yeah.
So these are the ones that we have. And also, hello, Ellen Digital. I loved reading your little back and forth before the stream started.
Tigil, Ella, Aris, hello. Good to see you. Let's see. Victoria's here. Hello, Victoria.
Oh, Felix and Barbara. Hello, hello.
Is Victoria? No. Well, Barbara's here too.
Mm-hmm.
And then Victoria. Sorry, you probably heard Victoria and thought Barbara.
No, as
Oh, you're seeing the chat. Oh, yeah. Okay, so Barbara, Victoria's here. Hello.
actually, I never asked you, Barbara. Is it Ez Durha or is it like EJ Durha?
We did this like 4 streams ago, I feel like.
Yeah,
Barbara,
but I know
let me
their name's Barbara, but I don't know if like their username has a specific way of
No,
pronouncing it.
Barbara gave the pronunciation for the username. I forgot what it was, though.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We did do this. You're right.
I know, I cannot remember, though. The short-term memory.
All right, is it okay if I start going through the books?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to start with the Oticon ones. And the reason I'm also doing this on the stream is because I love art books. I know some of you do as well. So hopefully this encourages you guys to look into getting art books for yourself if you are an artist, because I think these can be not only inspiration tools, but I think they are really great references for yourself while you're drawing. Anyways, Josh, if you could kind of link these while I'm showing them. Okay, so the first one we
Their
have.
Instagrams? Or...
Yes, for this one, let's do Boya's Instagram or Twitter, honestly, now that we're doing more Twitter heavy.
All right.
But when I first saw this, it looks like a pretty standard book. And like the cover, sometimes if it reads a little too anime to me, I might not be as inclined to pick it up. But I did pick it up, and immediately the inside cover spoke to me more, where I liked how these looked more hand-drawn and had more of like a flavor to it. And then I did a quick pass through the book, and I realized, oh no, this definitely has more of a texture. The color mapping and gradients are definitely have like this dusty yet still colorful vibe to them. So this one was just a really fun read. The story is pretty simple, but the color palettes in the way that it's designed is so interesting, and even the story is pretty unique in at least the elements that they include, that I would definitely recommend this if you are interested in like a little light novel for this kind of cutesy look on it. And honestly, yeah, Josh read it as well, and you're the one that was like, oh, I want to go check out the other stuff, but they were sold out of their book 1 of the other series. Even though I'm not crazy about this cover, I found out it's just a slipcase. I much prefer this cover.
It's so cute.
I think this is so good. I think the only thing is I would take the slipcase off completely, but I want the name of the book on this cover.
Well, it's on the side.
I know, but I think it should like something down here, like right there. That would have been really nice.
Okay.
I might be too picky on this one though. So yes, that was Chasma Nights by Boyasan and Kate Reed Petty. The next one is probably my favorite book from Oticon. This one and the next one I'll show you. I think this one's phenomenal. So this to me is like a 8, 9 out of 10 book that should be in every artist's collection, in my opinion. This one's called Half Moon by Tono, and this is their collection of works. Actually, I don't even know what the real cover looks like. Oh, okay. I mean, pretty fun, but honestly, I prefer this cover where it's like the wraparound with the animal parade.
Yeah, because this is the right one, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Tono. So this book
Oh, I follow them.
not only has really good colors, but look at the shape language on the animals that they use. And the color palettes that relate the scenes together are just very, very nice. Like, look at this palette. It's just not only cohesive, but it has a mood to it that I think reads really well. And where were some of the... I notice, even though I can't read Japanese as much as I used to be able to, I can kind of get the idea that the first quarter is this kind of fairy tale story, and then the second one are these humans living alongside creatures, specifically this girl and her alligator or crocodile. I can never tell the difference.
Mm-hmm.
And then it gets into this witch section, which obviously appealed to me quite a bit and is the main reason I bought the book. I think the color palettes are not only phenomenal, but maybe some of you are already getting the inclination as to what this year's Drawtober theme might be.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very excited to kind of use this as a good source. And then it gets into more animals on like a fairy scale level, or the scale of a fairy level, which is really nice. Oh yeah, I really like the dandelion one. I think this is gorgeous. And then, oh, you know what? I can zoom in a little bit more on these. And then it gets into these kind of wanders with their animals. There's a lot that look like Josh, in my opinion.
Oh my gosh.
And then just straight up animals. Look at all these black cat ones. Casper. So yeah, I definitely highly recommend this book. Oh, and then a little process in the back end, which obviously I think every artist likes to see a little bit behind the scenes of a process. So yes, this is phenomenal. Tono is great. I would definitely recommend following them. Okay, next. I did buy... I don't have them.
Let's catch up, sorry.
Oh, sorry, okay.
Just to make sure. Cloris, hello from Belgium.
Hello, hello.
Another Belgian, yes. Aris, I'm so happy to be back. The volleyball team I just joined happens to take place during stream times, but holidays now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you and Oscar both doing volleyball. And Tim does volleyball.
Yeah, tonight.
3 volleyballers. And then Oscar says just going to finish a game to 21, and I'll be joining stream.
Hey.
And then hello, Elvin. Good to see ya. And then Aris says, could you please say how much each one costs so it's easier to list what we can afford? Do you have the price?
I think they were on the back of both of these at least. This one was $18, the storybook one that I showed, and then Tono's book. How did Sang tell me this? I'm pretty sure it oh, you know what? No. This was, I think, $35 at Kinokuniya, the Japanese bookstore. But that has its own website. So if you want to go to kinokuniya.com, which is, I know, kind of hard to pronounce or spell.
I don't even know, yeah.
Okay, wait, Josh. It's Kino.
Oh, my God.
Kino. Yep. Kuniya. All right, well, he's linking that in the chat. The next one, and the reason for the Dorohedoro fan art, is I found this one called Mud and Sludge. Now, immediately I could recognize the outside of it, and I was trying to decide, is this a Dorohedoro fan art book? Is this a book from the actual artist? And I was pleasantly surprised, because this is one of those wrapped ones, you know? But I was pleasantly surprised when I found out it was the actual artist, and it was most of their sketches and like behind the scene work and the color stuff that gets into the actual series. So if you've read Dorohedoro, it has this gritty texture, but it's dark and very mature themed for sure. But then it's balanced with like this kind of silly humor throughout, and it's very playful. But then at the next scene, it could have someone like getting their hand severed. It's a very weird contrast, but I think it works very well. And I actually think the anime series did a really good job at kind of bringing in this weird overload of comedy and dark themes. So I was very, very excited about looking through this book. And me and Josh and a couple of our other friends joke that we want to cosplay as some of the characters. And I wanted to cosplay as N. He is kind of the villain of the story, and he's obsessed with mushrooms. He uses mushroom magic. Josh was, it starts with an F.
Oh my god, I blinked the name.
Oh, I'm having one of those brain fart moments. Oh my gosh.
The one with the little...
Yeah, the one with the beanie and the nose.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, and he was my favorite character when I first read the series. So, for those who don't know, this originally was a manga, and I only read the first book. I don't know why I didn't continue, because I really liked the first one. Yeah, what's his name? Here, wait, scroll up. Or go to F.
Okay. It's down.
I'm going to be so upset with myself.
Fujita.
Fujita?
Fujita.
Hey, that was pretty close. Yeah, Fujita. So anyways, I think their color palette is phenomenal. And it has this, in my opinion, I thought it had this super kind of hyper masculine vibe to it. And then I found out the artist, let me pronounce her last name right, Hayashida, I found out they are a girl. And I know that shouldn't be surprising in today's day and age, but I think because I read this so long ago and it always gave me such a, male-directed energy, that it was like this nice surprise to find out it was actually a female artist. Like I said, it doesn't really matter in today's day and age, but it was just one of those, cool little surprises. So anyways, this is the character I'll be drawing today, as you can kind of see. Okay, and then this one was expensive. I think this one was like $60. But if you're a fan of their work, or specifically Dorohedoro, I highly recommend this one. Okay, I only have, let's do, the other two books I got from Oticon were the volume 2 and 3 of Berserk, which I'm reading right now. It is much better than I was anticipating. I'm very excited about that. But we'll move on to the books that I got at Gen Con now.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so Erica. So this next one is called Ritual. It's by Erica Williams, or better known as Hookie Duke Online. I think their book is like a really good example of what other artists should strive to do in their books. It is so cohesive. There isn't a bunch of extra garble anywhere. And it is clean, it is about the art, and it remains about the art throughout. Erica's work is very time-consuming and delicate, but it is just so good. Like, look at all these lines. And she does a lot of this back and forth traditionally and digitally, but most of the black and white work is all micron pen. So all of these are literally her just scratching at the page one at a time. And then you can kind of tell when she adds digital, because it'll be more color. But all the lines originally were traditional. So, I mean, look at some of these pages and spreads are just absolutely gorgeous. I actually don't know what she sells this at, because she gave this one to me for free, actually. I would assume, if I know general pricing, I would say it's probably $40 to $50. In my opinion, it's actually worth much more, but I could be biased. Mm-hmm. But especially if you're more of a fan of nature, this is more like a Tegan White vibe. I would definitely recommend it. Especially because it has like that magical undertone. Ooh, don't want to show nudity on the stream. Yeah, it's very focused on animal, fauna, flora, and it has that witchy undertone, which is always a nice little surprise. Okay, so this one, highly recommend. Very good. All right, there's only 3 left, and then we'll get to drawing, I promise. But I get too excited about art books. I always want to remain one of those artists that is actually passionate about doing art. So I can't hide my excitement for art books specifically, or other arts that I want to share with you guys. The next one, this was from Steven, and this is a Book of Dragon. I saw a lot of his color stuff, but I actually thought his black and white work and his line art of the dragons was, it called my attention more. I think there's definitely a delicacy to when he does these like tighter inner lines versus more of the exaggerated wings and action lines. So I'm going to use this as reference. I may end up doing a dragon drawing for this year's Dragon Con. I try to do one every year as like an exclusive print. And I felt like this was just good timing for me to get inspired by. So if you are specifically into dragons, this one's definitely not as thick as the other books. It's more light, but I think it has some really good shape design and inspiration to draw from. And I believe this one was either $20 or $25. So yes, his name is Steven. I want to say it's Naharian. That could be wrong, but you can kind of see it on the screen there. And that one, I haven't fully looked through it from page to page, but every other one I have so far. So that one I still would recommend, though. The next one is from actually the next two are kind of legends in our industry. And this one's not so much an art book as it is a storybook mixed with art. And this is by John I can never pronounce his last name either. Siderardis, I want to say. And it's called Man, he's making it even harder on me. Astramathos. And essentially he was telling me a little bit about the folklore that he created and the reason why he's so known in the community, especially at Gen Con and some of these more fantasy focused conventions. Let me show, I'm trying to find a page like this. So he actually does this traditional, and he even like hand punches, there's like little suns in this letter B. So he'll gold leaf it and then behind the paper actually like push the paper forward to create these little sun embellishments. So this is gorgeous. It definitely reads more of like a Eurocentric type of storybook and fable telling, which I think a lot of us grew up with, like Grimm fairy tales and Hans Christensen. So it definitely has a little bit of that old school fantasy lingering throughout the book. Like I said, I haven't read this one though fully. I've been really big into reading lately, which is kind of surprising for me because I never was the kid that read a lot. I played a lot of video games and I did read the Harry Potters, but I didn't read as much as I would have liked to growing up. And now that I'm older, I'm reading a lot now, which is bizarre for me. So anyways, I'm very excited to read this. And if you're into like kind of classic fairy tale look with a new age story, so this is one that is his original story, I would definitely check into this. I believe this one was, man, you guys are like testing me on this. I think this one was $30, I want to say. That sounds right. 25 or 30? It wasn't as expensive as you might think. He did have a collector's case that was gold gilded on the front, but I actually like the color that he added because the color wasn't on the gold gilded one. And lastly, and then we can get started on the drawing today. This one is by Omar Rayan. I actually don't know what the alt cover for this one looks like. Yeah, some people are into the simple covers, but I prefer more art-heavy covers. But I do like the slipcase. So he is also one of those like legends in the fantasy community. His way of creating shapes and texture, it's just very confident and very fluid. And oh, actually, I didn't even see his signature. Love that.
Whoa.
Yeah, right? Love that. So yeah, this is definitely full fantasy, very classic fantasy. If you're a fan of like 80s fantasy, The Labyrinth and Dark Crystal, it has a lot of that vibes.
Yeah, I like this one a lot.
Yeah, right? I haven't looked through this one fully either. I did like a quick pass through. Well, I just saw there was a book on his booth and immediately like grabbed it. I didn't even need to look through it too hard. And yeah, this one's gorgeous. He has a really good use of color, but specifically what he's known for is using white as a additive through not painting on that part of the paper at all. So in a lot of his works, you'll see a lot of these white areas. He doesn't go in afterwards, at least to the best of my knowledge, and paint white. He literally just leaves that part of the paper blank, which I think for a watercolor artist is very tempting to want to fill the whole page, but he leaves it vacant. Oh my god, this book squeaks.
It is very squeaky.
Do you guys hear that on the stream?
Book ASMR.
Yeah, right? We should just change the whole channel to be ASMR. I did ask him if he would ever do just a pure art book, and he says that when he dies, they'll have one. So I was like, well, I don't want that to happen, but I also want your art book, so come on, let's get a move. No, very good, and he's really good with texture, and I think it's something that I don't see that much nowadays in the art community. I feel like everything's so dynamic and pretty that to see something just so texture heavy and it doesn't care if it's ugly, I really appreciate it. So I'm looking forward to looking through this one. So yeah, those are the books that I got from the past 2 cons. Thank you guys for enduring that with me. And now we will go ahead and start on our little fan art drawing.
Demon Keeper says rocking chair squeak.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the book or my chair right now? I can't tell.
For real, that was a deep squeaker.
Yeah. Well, that's Tim's art books. He gets a lot, as you can see.
Yes.
I feel like every time Tim leaves the booth, he comes back with another book in his hand.
There's a strong possibility every
Yes.
time I leave the booth, I'll come back with a book.
Art books are the one thing I want to like buy as a gift for you, but Tim has so many. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know if he has this one yet.
That would be dangerous to try to get me one that I don't have.
I did once actually. I bought Tim an art book and he already had it. It was the Final Fantasy one. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You did give me the 7 one. I didn't have the 7.
Oh, the remake one. That's right. Okay. A little something
one.
to add to the collection.
So really quick while we're answering questions and having a chat with you all, I'm going to be kind of working on the mushrooms down here and then move right. Because at least I want to get the mushrooms done on the stream. That way, if there's anything left on the stream for like the jacket, I can finish that up after.
Ella, what did Josh get? I don't get books, but I got a little board game. It's called Calico. That one's cute. And then I got a t-shirt. And that's really it. I didn't get anything at Oticon, did I?
Oh no, you also got to build your...
Oh, the build your own thing, yeah.
Forgot what that was called.
I guess I can grab that. I think that was
Oh yeah,
cute.
go grab that.
Actually, maybe I can make that tonight. Because I don't think it should be too hard.
So there was the last con we were at was Gen Con, which is primarily known as a like board game fantasy centric convention, and I ended up getting a few board games, but there's one called Hue and Q, which I think any artist should play with their friends. It is so much fun. Basically, there's a giant spread of different hues, and there's like 100 of them, I want to say. And they range from obviously the rainbow spectrum, but they're like slightly different from one another. And the whole game is basically whoever's giving the clue can only give one word, like flamingo. And then everyone puts their token, what color they think that is. And then there's a second round where the person can use 2 words like cotton candy. So it will help kind of, if the first word was to tell you it's kind of pink, cotton candy might tell you it's a little softer pink. So then everyone gets to put their second pog, and then whoever's closest, that's how it's played. And that one was so much fun. I really like that. But yes, you can show yours.
Is it just me or is the volume a bit low? Oh, do you?
Oh, we can turn this up.
Yeah, I feel like that needs to be turned up.
Make it to the middle.
Sorry for if you had your volume up. So I got this game, Calico. It's really cute, but you just build quilts. I had the thing upside down. Yeah, you just build quilts. There is a winner, so it is a competition game still. And then, I'm sure you guys have seen these before. It's just the little miniature home things people make. But it'll be really detailed, so it has... There's like wrapping paper in this one you can see, and it's actual wrapping paper, but just mini-sized.
I'm curious to see how that looks.
Right? And there's little books in there, too, and they're all very... We'll see. But you have to build it yourself, apparently.
Do you think you do want to build that tonight?
Yeah, either tonight or tomorrow night we're watching the movie, maybe. We'll see. No, actually, I kind of want to just sit and watch the movie, though.
Yeah, tomorrow we're going to watch Man. Or is it Men or Man?
I think it's
Men.
Yeah.
It's that new A24 movie that just came out on video.
Yeah, actually, maybe we'll play Calico sometime soon, too.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, maybe tonight, actually, I'll do that. I can play Flight Simulator, and while doing that, I can build a little house.
I was say the cousins was wondering if they could try out VR tonight. I was like, maybe, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah, have them come over.
But you know what I want to do before they get here? For any of you that have VR, they just released... Do you know what I'm going to say? I'll give you a hint. It's our favorite game on VR.
Mini golf.
Yep.
Oh, they have a new course.
Think specifically. Why am I really excited about this one?
This is the labyrinth one.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
So,
I'm definitely gonna play around with you guys.
I know. I'm so excited about it. So, 80s fantasy is like my favorite fantasy ever. And this mini golf game that Josh and I got, what's it called? Walkabout? Walkabout mini golf.
There's just
Clearly
a
our
lot of
favorite.
names.
Clearly
right
we
now.
love it. Yeah.
Yeah, Walkabout mini golf.
I think it's Walkabout.
Yeah, Walkabout mini golf.
Anyways, they partnered with Jim Henson for God knows what reason, and they made an entire mini golf course based on the setting of Labyrinth. I am like over the moon excited about this. It's like two of my favorite things that you would never think would combine.
Just after your volleyball game, they're gonna come over.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, just the two of them.
No Jake.
I mean, I could see if he could come. So I could show him the air hockey. We got this game called Clask. It's like an air hockey board game, but with magnets, and you play from underneath. That one's pretty fun, too. I actually really enjoyed that. We got a lot of good games from Gen Con this year. But anyways, we're not answering any comments right now.
All right. I'll make sure I didn't miss anything. Barbara says, I had the same reaction when I discovered that Dorohedoro was by a female mangaka, right?
Yes, I just found out what a mangaka is, too. It's someone that draws manga, essentially. But I've never seen the word mangaka before researching her.
Favyun says, sorry if you've answered this before. What sketchbook paper do you use?
I'm glad you asked. So I'm actually officially sponsored by Strathmore, so I feel like I should be promoting it more. But yes, I use Strathmore Mixed Media. I don't like drawing paper. It crinkles when you push too hard and put too much pressure. And I use a 9x12 or I use an 11x14 usually in my drawings. And I don't know if I have any other ones in here. Yeah, don't want to reveal my Drawtober drawings. Oh yeah, so like when I do a warm-up drawing, I'll usually just do it in here. I'll let the lines be more loose and cut. But if I'm doing more of a bigger illustration, I'll definitely work on the 11x14 paper. And what was the second half of that question?
Nope, that was it. What sketchbook paper do you use?
Okay.
Yeah. Everyone loved the art books.
Oh, good. Sometimes I'm like, does anyone even like art books as much as I do? Is it just me?
Catalina says, will this drawing be a print?
I wasn't planning on it, but maybe this is going to sound so bad. Maybe I could do like a limited 24-hour release of the print, and whatever money I make from it could be used for future art books. Josh doesn't know it, but I'm going to have a library of just art books.
We're going to have to make an entire room just for all your art books.
I'm going to expand the house just so we can add on to our library.
I mean, it would be really cool to have an actual library room. Like a garden sun library room we have.
Right?
Which is like tons of windows and then just books everywhere.
I'm into it.
Okay. I'd be actually into that too. It's done.
It's done.
Deal.
In the works. Just manifest it now.
Barbara Baptista says, you have very good taste for other artists too. Thanks for sharing.
Oh, thank you. I like to pride myself on, I feel like, finding these gold treasures amongst artists at cons and like their books or their art. And I really do spend a lot of time walking around cons, like trying to find what I would consider treasure. I appreciate that. Yeah,
because even sometimes like even newer artists or people that are well known, you still will go up to their booths and really look into their stuff if you're interested.
If it calls to me, I'm like, I don't care what number you have on socials. I want to see what you have because you are talented.
Tigel, there's one artist, Tim, forgot to mention. It's Vonnart. He has legit amazing art books, can be found here.
Thank you, Tigel. I was just talking to someone at Gen Con because I'm already in I don't want to say the process, but I'm definitely in like that early mental prep of doing my 5th book because I have to start doing all the roundup in December, and then January of next year will probably be just dedicated to making the book. So you probably won't see a lot of art from me next January. Maybe I could even do a stream to kind of show you guys what the behind the scenes looks like from like doing a few pages or like a spread in a book. So it kind of gives you guys a better idea of what does that process look like.
Digil says, I'm pretty sure I guessed the topic. Oh, for Drawtober, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little obvious because the song name, too, if you want another pretty forward hint.
Yeah, whoa, Josh. Whoa.
What? That's not... Oh, my... You literally give... It's so obvious.
Whoa.
Oh, Tim, stop it.
Gosh.
Oh,
Can't tell him anything.
oh my gosh. Felix says, donate $30 for a good cause. My art book collection. It's very true, though. Tim...
Well,
you need a little tip jar just for art books.
no kidding,
At
actually.
cons.
I was thinking now that our last roommate finally moved out, I do want to make more YouTube videos when our con schedule calms down a bit in a couple months. And one of them I want to do like not a library tour necessarily, but I want to show off a lot of my like favorite art books and then just maybe do that more on the regular where at the end of every year I'll kind of do a flip through of all the books that I got that year and then ones that I would highly recommend and have links in the description just as a way for I don't see a lot of YouTubers that are artists doing this. Maybe there are and I'm so sorry if I'm just not looking hard enough. But I always wanted that for myself when I was in art school. I just wanted more of like artists that I would recommend or I would trust their taste to recommend art books. So yeah, look forward to that.
Let's see. Demon. Oh, Ellis says Tim is talking about Tigil and I. Was that about the going up to the booths? Not caring about the follower count.
Yeah. Well, it shouldn't matter. It really shouldn't. Like, if someone has talent, I don't think their number necessarily will always reflect that.
Well, actually, half those people I showed, like, don't have any followers. Like, Omar doesn't have... Omar's more. But the John...
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you know, it's like... But a lot of them, too, never really focus on social media, so...
That's also another thing with kind of the old masters of yesteryear is... To them, why would they care about social media? Like, they get the contracts, they get the movie publishing deals outside of that. So, like, they don't care if their Instagram following is like a fraction of what the new bloods are nowadays. And honestly, with the changing algorithms, it can be kind of... Oops, I was off screen that whole time.
Oh, sorry. I honestly don't pay attention to
I'm
the
sorry.
screen.
I put it on this side. That was more my fault this time. I think with the changing landscape of social media too, it is kind of tiring to want to just keep up. So I guess my advice that I've kind of learned the past couple weeks with social media specifically is don't focus on it more than you focus on the art you create. Because if you create good work, you'll get recognized regardless. I think sometimes chasing the social media dragon is just like a endless chase that you'll never catch. And once you do catch it, it's fleeting. I have some friends that, yeah, we kind of understood social media 3 years ago, but now it's like, it's a whole different ballgame, and it seems to be changing even more rapidly every year. Not even, it seems like every few months, honestly.
Demon Keeper says, I love the Strathmore Visual Journal, 5.5 by 8-inch drawing paper. It's 100 pound. It's thick enough to handle water mediums if you don't soak it down.
Oh. I don't know if I've ever tried that one. I do like a slightly bigger sketchbook, though. Not super big, but, you know, a little bigger.
I mean, that size is perfect. It, like, fits in your backpack easily.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah,
it's like the
transportable.
most... What's that called? Not made for an artist like me, but...
It's, like, travel-friendly, though.
Yeah, travel-friendly. Well, I guess smaller ones would be, though, too. I think I just like drawing at a certain size.
When it says that?
No.
Okay, oh my god, I'm just imagining.
No, like this sketchbook paper, hold on. I think it's over 100. This is 117 pound. Oh, you can't even see it.
Oh my god.
So it's usually on the
heavy.
bottom of the sketchbook. Yeah. This
I
is why I'm
legit,
so
when
strong.
I saw 100 pound, I was like, it's those little, you know, those, how you can find those rocks or something that are so tiny, but they weigh like 50 pounds. It throws you off because you're like, why is something this small that heavy? Just imagine this little journal and someone's like, oh, let me, oh, can barely lift it up.
Could you imagine if all these cons I've been actually keeping a 100-pound sketchbook in my
No
backpack?
wonder you got these arms. Damn.
And you had no idea.
Chris Ferris says, watching you draw, you don't seem to worry or have problems with smudging at all. I can't touch my paper without graphite spreading everywhere. Is that the Strathmore paper? Tim's skin is surgically altered, so it resembles a cotton glove.
Well, you can see my skin is getting a little of the graphite here, but for the most part, I'm drawing left to right very intentionally. So this way, I'm not rubbing or putting my hand where a lot of heavy graphite is, because most of the drawing I use a 2H. Sorry about the Casper bite marks on my pencil. It's our black cat. So 2H doesn't smudge quite as easily as a 2H pencil.
Wait, Casper,
or as a HB. Yeah, he's got into a lot
Casper.
of my pencils. I know.
He likes to chew.
A lot of the time it's not even when I'm here. So I'll like
chews
walk
them.
into the office in the morning and I'm like, oh my gosh. So yeah, it's very intentional. So if while you're working with graphite, try to be mindful of where your hand placement is so that you're not laying over a place that you already rendered out, because that will smudge.
Oh, Lyra is here. Hello. Good to see ya.
Hello, hello.
I know it's been... Well, I've not been in a stream for a bit now because you were doing the art battles. Yeah, I've not seen a lot of you in a bit.
Well, in the one before Oticon, you were trying to get everything ready.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Tigil says, Schwa, please tell us more about the songs you're making. Because, damn, you're so good at making music, I'm totally serious. Well, thank you, Tigil. I mean, it's been really fun. I've never, like, created something and shared it. I was telling Tim about this last night. Because I think you're used to it now because you've been doing this for years, so you can make things and share it. I still think you like, doesn't affect you, I don't think. But it's, like, it's cool. It's exciting to share something you make. Because I've been having fun. I don't think they're that great, personally, but I have fun with it.
What? I actually thought the Season of the Witch cover was really good.
I mean, yeah. I kind of go for, like, video game style music, if that makes sense.
So, it did have, like, a old Silent Hilly-ness to it, where it's, like, spooky.
Yeah. I don't know. It's honestly just really fun. I think that's Drawtober for me is really fun now. Oscar says, hey, sorry, late as always. Oscar, you're
What up,
fine.
Oscar?
You're doing your volleyball.
Hope you won at your volleyball.
Well, won the game and had a lot of fun. Winning in life in general right now. Hope you're all doing just as awesome. So glad to see the stream back.
Love that attitude.
Love to hear that.
Winning in life in general. My friends all make fun of me because when they ask me how I'm doing, I always... Apparently the tagline that they always make fun of me for is, honestly, I've never felt better.
Every
Honestly,
time.
I'm doing amazing.
That's a good sign. It means that you're doing even better than the last time you're doing better.
Mm-hmm.
Elena says, oh, hi, Elena. I'm completely exhausted from starting at a new workplace this week. Oh, that's a good thing, though, right? Because I remember you were having some issues at the last place. But ready to spend the night painting while watching. Also, I hope Ella told you about how I had to remove myself from the Patreon Discord because I didn't do it automatically. Oh.
I mean, we've been gone the past 2 weeks. I'm sure Josh will look into the messages for you.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, that's sweet of you to even let us know. You probably could have stayed in that, but... I guess I just assumed it would automatically take people out if they're not on Patreon, but... Maybe not.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out.
Right? I'll figure that out. Yeah, sorry, we've been so behind in the chats, guys. Clora says, I remember you were working on a video of your daily routine a while back. Did I miss it, or is it not out yet?
Oh, okay,
oh
ready
God,
for this?
that's right.
So our daily routine literally changed like a month later, and it felt weird making this video because we recorded everything and we had like our dailies and whatnot, but now it's so different. We really should just redo it. It wouldn't take us that long, and honestly, we could easily do it ourselves.
Yeah. It was so funny because we legit had Kat film us for an
the
entire day.
It almost, I actually feel bad because it's almost like she wasted her day then.
I mean, we paid her and we got her dinner.
We did pay her.
So. And having an entire day with Kat actually was wonderful, so.
What I think Josh and I are also learning, our our new days, because now that it's just him and I, we have a little bit more wiggle room with like when we need to get things done by, what our schedule in the morning is like. Actually, before cons got heavy, we were really good at, we do like our workout 15 minutes in the morning, we do our 15 minutes cleaning somewhere in the house, and then we eat lunch together, and then we split off. So then Josh will do his 2 hours downstairs, and I'll start doing my dailies in this room. And hopefully when cons start easing up a bit again, we can get back to that routine, because I actually really like that
I
one.
like that, yeah. I think having a routine, at least for me, helps me out a lot during the day.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm one of those people, too, if the routine gets thrown up, that's where I feel like my day feels off. But it's like having a routine, but also being able to be flexible if something changes during the day.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to figure out still. Elena says, I just bought myself some, is it ARCs? Cold pressed watercolor paper for the first time. I'm absolutely ecstatic to get to start painting on it. Is it Arches? Arches cold pressed?
Yes.
Right, Arches? Okay. ARCs.
Arcs.
Oscar, Tim won't admit it's his bite marks.
Ah! It's just me biting them pencils. But I have a cat to blame. Do a little crack in this mushroom. Oh, well, thank you, Eddie, for subscribing.
Oh, Eddie. Let's see. Lyra says, great tip. I'm having health issues. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. And then Elena says, I have a very important doctor's appointment on Friday, and I'm terrified and excited at the same time. It's so weird to be excited for going to a doctor. Yeah, right? Not usually common. But I've waited to be able to go for a very long time. I think if you're going to get something fixed that you want it, then you're actually
way
excited.
different, yeah.
Demon Keeper says, I'm one of those people that the smallest thing can throw my whole day off, and it's almost impossible to reset. Ye old brain. I'm kind of the same way. It's that, or if you have something scheduled later in the day, that I feel like my day feels off then.
Okay, you do not like that.
Yeah, all I can think about is like, okay, I have to be ready by this time. Usually if it's like 4 p.m. on, I feel like all I can do is think about getting ready and like that event that's going on. Mm-hmm. Then my routine feels off then too.
I mean, yeah, that one I actually do understand. So I feel like I'm somewhat similar in that sense. I think, okay, with these mushrooms down here, I'm not trying to be too specific on how I'm rendering and shading them. I'm more concerned with the placement of them. So I definitely want some here. I like the idea of him like walking through these mushroom fields. So I don't want ones that are super tall. I want them all to be a little higher than his waist and lower. And then just kind of having fun with size variation so that they are a bit more distinguished from one another.
Mario says that is a sweet drawing.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you actually like cruised to this one because you worked on it at Oticon, and it kind of was where it was when it started the stream because you didn't really work on it too much between.
I haven't worked on it since then.
Yeah, it's like within a day and a half, you already had a good amount done.
I think I realized with this one, I just had a lot of fun because I actually like the character a lot. So it was like trying to capture the essence of the character in a drawing where, to me, that's what fan art should be. If you were doing fan art and you don't actually care about the characters, like why are you doing it? I think it shouldn't be financially driven because I think it'll come through in the drawing. It doesn't feel as passionate. And I do think at cons, people can tell. Like if you're a con artist or if you sell your fan art, I think people can usually tell if you like the actual drawing or the series that you're doing fan art for, or if you're just trying to do it for the money.
Oscar says, speaking of papers, I bought a full pack of sketch paper, but it was all yellowish, and I didn't like the texture. Regret it. However, my drawing tablet just arrived, so I'm stoked to experiment digitally. Oh,
hey.
I'm happy you got one. I know you were talking about that for a while, getting one.
Yeah, Oscar, I think you're going to love it. Wait, really quick. This is the thing with tangents. So if you don't know what tangents are, it's when, like if I put another mushroom right here, it creates this really weird tangent where it's two lines that are like close to each other. It's kind of this informal rule that just don't have them in your pieces at all. So you either put it in front of the mushroom or behind the other object. And in this case, I was about to do a tangent with this bigger one here because I was going to try to sneak it under this one. But then when I put the line down here, you create this really weird clash. So this is one of those good examples of, okay, let's reform the mushroom so it's easier to read, and that way you can avoid tangents completely. Now, if for whatever reason you absolutely cannot avoid a tangent, like it's unfortunate, but that will happen from time to time. But if you are pretty good at maintaining your process throughout, you really shouldn't have tangents in your piece at all. Something just to look through while you're working on it.
Digital, I don't like that Tim uses the term con artist.
Oh,
Pulling off a big heist.
I'm not kidding you. I think there will be a documentary specifically on Netflix that's called The Con Artist, and it'll be a bunch of convention artists talking about their lifestyle of being in the conventions and what it means and the work behind the scenes. Like, I want this to happen so bad, and I really, for a while, I wanted to produce it myself, but we'll see. I'm hoping that actually becomes a thing someday, because I think it's just such a fun idea for people to actually see what goes behind the scenes at doing conventions.
Or they're going to actually make a documentary called Con Artist, and it's literally about con artist.
I mean, yeah, but then where's the joke? Where's the humor?
I know.
It's not a play of words anymore. Or play on words, I mean.
Demon Keeper says, I went from loving early mornings to absolutely not being an early morning person. The main thing I miss about mornings are the sunrises and sitting out back with coffee, watching for the deer near the woods.
Interesting. I feel like I'm the opposite. I used to hate mornings and be such a night owl, but lately I feel like I'm definitely a morning person now.
Yeah, you have been getting up early. Not super early, but you do get up earlier.
Yeah.
When I had to get up for like at 6 for work back in the day, there was like, the world felt still quiet. It was kind of like in the middle of the night. I think that's why I like staying up late, because everything just feels quiet for a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, mornings do have that same feeling. But then you also feel the excitement of a new day as the sun's coming up. It's the title of Tim's biography, The Life of a Con Artist. And then Lyra says, my friend and I are having a small illustration booth at a convention and not doing so well. We might need to study the market.
Oh, gosh, there's so many conversations that could be had about that. Where did you do your convention? I might be able to give you some advice. Unless if it's overseas, because I do feel like Europe and American conventions are way different in terms of selling and what to bring.
We do really want to do another European convention sometime.
Yeah, we were talking with our friends Dustin Panzino and Sang Lam, and yeah, we might be doing a Europe convention next year. We don't want to overhype it though, in case it ends up not working out, but it is something we're talking about.
Yeah, and we haven't even settled where it would be or anything like that, but I think it'd be probably putting in applications for a few, because you're not always guaranteed even get in. So just kind of get a feelers out there and see. I know Tijol would say come to Belgium.
Yeah. I think right now the ones that are for sure on our radar are Italy and France, I would say.
Yeah, I'm guessing they do like in Rome or something even. I don't know. I've always wanted to go to Rome, idea. But we'll see. Lyra says, my city is very small in that area, so we took whatever we could. I only got to sell a postcard on one event.
Yeah, that's the thing with small shows. If it makes you feel better, me and my friend Pui, Pui actually makes more money than I do right now, or that we do right now. But there was a show that we did in Milwaukee. It was a smaller one, and I only made $80, and he only made 0. So there was a con where he actually didn't sell anything. And mind you, it was a one-day one. But now, like literally last weekend, let's just say he was well into 5 figures. I don't know if you would want me to say a specific number, but he's doing very well for himself. So even someone that does really well, there's still shows where it's just a dud. And I think that might be a lesson of maybe not even your fault or your art or your work being the issue. It could just be it just doesn't generate enough traffic. The market appeal to who they're bringing in just isn't there. I would definitely try to look into slightly bigger shows, or at least medium ones, because that way you at least should generate a little bit more. But anytime it's a small show, there's always like that feeling in the back of your stomach of like, this could literally be a really bad show.
I know it's harder to, well, from, you say Europe, it's harder too. There's not as many conventions to choose from. Like, I just feel in the States, there's just like Comic-Cons, anime cons, and there's like right now, there's one probably going on right now even. There's just always a con at least every weekend
I think
somewhere.
we look, there's usually about 3 every weekend in the States, which is crazy. But the other problem, well, I don't want to say problem, but the other difference is European people tend to not like bigger prints or like bigger merch, because their homes are typically smaller. They don't have as much wall space. So Americans, bigger is better. They like literally, most of our friends sell like giant, what are those, metal prints that are
Oh yeah, those probably
like
wouldn't
3 to 4 feet wide. They're huge. They're heavy. We sell canvases that are really big, but when I went to the Belgium Comic Con, the things I sold the most of weren't my prints, which aren't that big in our relative comparison. They're 13 by 19, they're 13 by 17 inches, that is. It was the books. Books did phenomenal over there. And I think it's because it's a small product. They can put it on a bookshelf. And it was a very clear difference between American and European desires. So yeah. Hopefully that helps out. And yeah, I would say smaller products ended up doing really well, but typically those don't generate the most profit. Though, I'm going to retract that, because one of our friends, Sang Lam, the one I mentioned before, or Sam Lam, that was what her miss thing was, Sang Lam.
Oh, that's right.
She does a lot of small, trinkety things, and now she's making a great killing at cons, and it's because she's selling quantity. So you'd be surprised that even with smaller stuff, you could actually sell a lot to make the big numbers. You just got to know the market and what small stuff would do better.
Lyra says, imagine Chile, you might find some decent events in Santiago, but they're not even close to the ones I had the opportunity to go to in New York. I mean, actually, South America is another place I think would be fun to try out stuff too, because I know they do a lot of cons there too.
Do they?
Oh yeah, I would assume, yeah.
Don't even know.
Tigil says, our homes aren't smaller, we just are modern and don't like clutter, so we're very selective about the art we hang up.
I don't know, Tigil. I feel like when I was behind the booth at the shows, a lot of people would tell me my 13 by 19s were too big, which probably, I rarely hear that in America.
I would guess people that live in the city, because if anything too, that would be the same as here. Because people that own like either a home or an apartment or something in the city tend to have really small spaces.
Yeah, but we do amazing at New York Comic Con. So like,
I guess. But a lot of people, I know, I bet, I'm guessing a good percentage of the people that go to that New York Comic Con are from out of the city.
No way. You think? No way.
Because even Brooklyn, you're getting bigger spaces already. Like just downtown Manhattan, I don't know. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying is, well, yeah, because New York is very small. Like, even the restaurants and everything's like tight.
Yeah, like in Manhattan, yeah.
Well, I'll give you that. Like, if people are traveling from slightly outside of the city, immediately they'll have more space.
Yeah.
Who knows, though? I haven't traveled to Europe enough to really have a solid opinion on it, but that was my general impression from doing a con there, and then seeing that everyone was calling my prints too big, which I never really heard before, and for the books to do the best, which is another rare thing. Usually prints always do the best for us at cons.
Tigel, cough, cough, Belgium. Cough, cough.
Oh, hi, Casper.
And yes, Tigel, we'll make sure that Airbnb has a spot for you whenever we come. Demon Keeper says, I'm not a night owl. I'm a permanently exhausted pigeon. I see that meme everywhere, and it's so true.
Permanently exhausted pigeon. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Pushing your body to its limits. Oh, Sergio. Hey, oh, peeps. Good to see ya.
Hello, Sergio.
Ella says, I've still never been to a convention, but I want to so badly. Oh,
Really?
My gosh.
Oh, you've never been? I find that surprising now.
I mean, definitely, if you ever get to the States, try to go to one convention at least. They're...
God, I don't even know which one I would recommend.
I know. I feel like just for pure con experience, probably one of the Reed Pop ones, just because that's going to be like your standard con. But if you like...
I don't like those as much as... No, I would recommend Dragon Con, because that's a shorter flight for them too.
Yeah, Dragon Con. Well, yeah, because you're flying into Atlanta. You can get to Atlanta from...
Europe.
Anywhere.
Way easier than like Emerald City.
Yeah, probably Dragon Con. And the art there is really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's very art focused. It's fantasy focused, so that helps.
Hi, do you want to say hi?
Yes, boo.
So here's the culprit of the man who bites all my pencils.
Why do you chew everything, yes, boo? Why do you chew everything?
Oh, are you just waking up?
Oh,
It's like, what's happening here?
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Oh, he's purring. He's purring.
Oh, good morning, baby.
Wow, yes, you.
Do you like to bite on my pencils? Oh, he's acting like he's all innocent.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I would never bite one of your pencils.
Someone did say it could have been you that was chewing them.
You're right.
Blame it
I
on
need to
Casper.
prove it.
Nope.
Nope.
Oh, good boy, Casper.
Oh,
You
yeah.
should not bite those
Definitely
things.
wasn't Casper. Bye. Well, enjoy your morning. Anyways, let's keep working on mushrooms.
Oscar says we don't have many conventions in Sweden, as far as I know. Don't even know what it would be called in Swedish.
Oh, do you not have Comic-Cons there in Sweden? Or whatever the equivalent would be called?
Yeah, Ella says, I think it would be a kind of masa? I don't know that word. But that must be like a terminology they might use for it. I don't know, yeah. And then Ella says, I gotta go to dinner. I gotta go, dinner is ready, but I'll be back. Enjoy your dinner.
Delio, enjoy your dinner.
Fumi says, we have one in Kuwait, but so expensive. Oh, for a convention. Is it expensive to get into, or just like
To
everything in
attend.
general? Even attend? Okay. Yeah, I think there's so many... The other thing that helps here, too, is there's so many convention halls here. So I think that helps, too, because it's like a space that's just made to handle, like, a load of people. Where if there's only, like, one in the area for you, that's probably making it harder, too.
Well, I know we had someone from Great Britain stop at our booth this weekend at Gen Con, and they were saying it's their first convention in America, and they were like, similar vibe, but they don't have convention halls that are... I mean, how big is Gen Con?
It's huge. That hall is... Well, the thing is, too, the halls, there's, like... They'll attach 3 together. So it's just, like, imagine this giant warehouse, essentially.
Giant.
That they also have a big doorway that could just open up and connect it to another giant warehouse. So they'll have, like, 3 of those connected for one convention.
Mm-hmm.
So it just makes it easier to buy a big space that can handle... Like, Gen Con had 50,000 attendees. So that's a lot of people to house in one
And what's
space.
crazy, for context for those of you listening, that's not even half of what San Diego or New York Comic-Con gets.
Yeah, New York's crazy.
New York gets 130,000 people. So, like, Gen Con feels ginormous, and then New York's literally more than double that.
Yeah, New York's
Which is crazy.
insane. Tigel says, I don't know. I think Belgians are just difficult to sell things to.
No. Do you really think so? I don't really know the cultural differences between, like, the Europe countries. Was there like, I feel like this is throwing some shade and tea. If you're from Europe, do you feel like there's certain countries that are more willing to just buy things, and then certain countries that are more preserve or conservative with their money? I'd be curious. Actually, I might turn on the air. It's getting a little toasty in here.
Oh, yeah. Actually, outside.
Yeah, we should close the window.
No, but I love the window open. Alright, I'm going to close this window. Maybe it's just a little crack, though. It's so nice to hear the birds. The birds are actually kind of quiet today, though.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. I wonder what's
I
up.
forgot to mention, when I was in the other room, I actually rebought the first Dorohedoro book. And just to give you kind of guys an idea. So see how the way that she uses line is very like harsh and aggressive. And I think that's why I originally did think this was a male artist. And obviously, my mistake. You never should assume. But that's why I thought it was even cooler that this is actually from the female gaze. And it's just so aggressive and so wonderful in its execution. But then literally it'll be like super aggressive, but then look at, like, here's N when you first meet him. And he's so silly. He throws Fujita this little like Game Boy looking thing. And it has teeth that surround it, and like, it's like I said, this total balance between super dark and then super like lighthearted comedy. I really love that. Actually, I should include this somewhere on the drawing. Yeah, maybe it's like a pouch where it's just sitting in. Oh, well, thank you, Dawa, for subscribing. I'm so sorry if I said that incorrectly. Actually, I might use this mushroom as inspiration for.
Ooh.
Right. My mushrooms tend to be more clean. Like, a lot of my drawings feel tight in areas. And I think it's good for me to branch out a bit and have this looser line work. It's like, let's try to include this more lumpy looking mushroom.
I am Fumi says, I'm starting my own website to sell. They don't have much of followers. Yeah, I guess it would help instead of having to, especially if conventions there are super expensive for you.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, wait, I think I see. It costs $700 to $1,300 for tables, unless people are not many willing to support or buy. That's why I started a website. Even making prints or something cost tons.
I mean, yeah, that does sound about right, actually. I know at least here in the States, artist alley booths, they're different than exhibitor booths. Artist alley booths tend to be way cheaper. Exhibitor booths still here are pretty expensive. Like, I know we did Anime Central earlier this year, and we did exhibitor booth, but it was a triple one, and it ended up being like $2,400. So like that one was really expensive. But then Artist Alley at Anime Central, I believe, is $400. So you can kind of see the price difference in that alone. So yeah, I hope that these cons that you're looking into, I hope they offer some kind of an Artist Alley or artist area that is cheaper. If not, that is actually rather unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like that is unintentionally maybe gatekeeping artists that are just starting out from getting their start.
We are very fortunate here, at least.
In that regard.
Yeah, to have, well, even paper and prints and stuff like that are so much cheaper to make here.
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we do all of our printing in-house. So actually Josh runs the kind of print shop that we have in our basement. And it's really easy for us to add, like if we wanted to make prints of this Dorohedoro piece, we'd be able to do it in like 30 minutes.
Yeah. Well, even paper for the printers, I mean, it's expensive, but it's cheap still, even for shipping and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Where I don't know how that is in Kuwait, just to buy even like printer paper, what that would cost there.
Maybe it's not that bad.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Jen says, I'm going to skip anyone here. I'll go back. Sergio says, they're doing a call out for artists here in my country, but I'm a bit nervous to send my stuff.
What? No, do it.
Yeah. Get it in there. That's a good thing.
I'm telling you, one of my best pieces of advice I can give is there's never a right time to start. There's never like the moment where you're like, okay, now I can start doing things. Just throw yourself into it, and then you'll learn as you go. I promise, me and like Pui, we started at the same time, even with cons 8 years ago. Our first boots are embarrassing. Like, to compare contrast in hindsight now, they are embarrassing. But at the time, we were like, this is all we could do. Like, that's all the resources we had to give towards it. And yeah, you kind of understand that over time it'll get better, just as your art will too.
Ella says, I think for abstract art, bigger canvas sizes sell well here. Most people here would want something that fits their furniture or the rest of the room if it's a big painting or print.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I think, especially with the more modern design for homes now too, I think abstract art probably is, it fits for a home design easier now. Because I do think people are doing a very modern, like, clean look to things.
I know, which I'm not super into.
I was hoping that, I hope color becomes a big part of home design again.
I think it will. It's the pendulum effect.
Yeah.
I think we're just in this like gray cement slab era, which I know a lot of people like right now. Not for me, but it'll swing back. Or to something else. Who knows what it will swing to.
I mean, sometimes, like, when we get a new couch in our front room, it'd almost be fun to find a couch that has, like, a fun color to it or something even.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Jen says, both books can be collected and transported, but we don't build new houses that much. Yeah, books are nice just for, well, like in Tim's case too, like these can fit in a bookshelf. They're not going to take up too much space.
Well, and as an artist that actually like uses art books as reference, I like the idea of getting an art book from an artist rather than a print. Because a print, yeah, you have one, but I want to see like their collection. And if I'm inspired by, or if I want to be inspired by something more Halloween-y, it might not be that one print, but that artist could have had something in a collection of work.
Yeah, I don't buy prints at all anymore, really.
Mm-mm.
Unless it's one that I know I'm going to put up on the wall and exactly where I'm putting it.
Yep.
Because I'm trying to find a spot for my room right now. There's a couple I saw at Gen Con that I'm considering, but I'm like, I'm just going to wait.
Wait it out.
Wait until I see something I really, really want to put there.
Mm-hmm.
Oscar says, any tips on the top of your head things to take into account or aspects to think about when starting digital that aren't obvious? Any tips on the top of your head of things to take into account or aspects to think about when starting digital?
Oh, you'll probably have to learn more of the software than you will realize it out the gate. Two, I would definitely try to make your own brushes and experiment with that. I think that not only is an exciting thing to do, but then you feel like you have more control over the outcome. Three, play around with the different menus. You'd be surprised how much more efficient you will be if you understand not only the menus, but the keyboard shortcuts. Actually, like, look up the different keyboard shortcuts. If you're working on your iPad, did he say it was on the iPad, right? This is
I'm pretty sure
Procreate?
Oscar got a tablet.
Yeah, so this would be Procreate.
Yeah. Or no, would that be a tablet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know if the tablet's
People aren't using Photoshops on tablets. You can now, but no one does. I would look a video on YouTube on just like 10 tips for Procreate artists or something.
Really? When I hear tablet, I think of the things that sit on the counter. Separate from the computer. That's what I think of a tablet.
If you did get a Wacom or an Intuos or something, that would be not super different. But instead of typing in Procreate, just type in Photoshop. Oh. Hi.
Hi, sweetie.
Did you need some attention?
Oh, Sketchbook.
Hi, baby.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like I've just kind of learned to work around him because he does this a few times every day. Well, now it seems like every Wednesday he really likes to be seen on the stream. Normally he's sleeping at this time on every other day, but on Wednesday he like knows we're streaming. He just wants that attention. Sometimes he's got to pretend like he's not there. Oh.
Oh, my
sir?
goodness. Catchbird?
Sir, excuse me. Hi.
Hi, Sketchbook. Oh my goodness.
Please don't knock over my green drink.
Really, Casper? This is the level of attention he needs.
I'm not kidding. He does this to me every day now. He'll literally lay on my drawings. Hi. Yeah. Do you feel like this was necessary? Yeah. We're not getting enough attention. I wish you guys could see the stink eye he's giving me right now.
Oh wow, Casper, you really needed some attention right now.
Can I keep drawing, sir?
What a butt.
Literally, what a butt.
Right? That thick booty.
The problem is he doesn't mind little pats or spanking. He thinks it's like premeditated play.
If I do that to Astrid, she would like scream at
Astrid
me.
would be
Like bloody murder.
pissed. All right, sir. Do you want me to open the window over there for you? Come on. Come on.
Ooh.
Come on.
Claws away, please, Casper. Claws away.
Say bye.
Oh, there's hair in the drawing. Goodbye, Casper. Oh my gosh, she even has a little pillow. Such royalty.
Yeah, right. I set up this whole corner for. Oh, you don't even use it. Oh my god, this boy.
Let's see.
Oh my gosh.
Oscar says it's actually the XP pen, so I can use Photoshop.
Okay, so then actually, Josh, you were right. It is
Yeah.
the tablet. You know what's funny is I don't know if is that an American thing? When we say tablet nowadays, we mean Procreate.
I personally always thought tablet was like a separate thing, and then people will generally just say
was.
iPad.
Maybe this is an artist thing specifically in the States, because like when Tyler says when he says I'm pulling out my tablet, it means his iPad. Isn't that weird?
I feel like I always just say to iPad. Yeah, maybe it's just.
To be honest, I don't know what I say. I'd have to like catch myself saying it.
It could just be an artist thing, because maybe your iPad's not really used as like what people use iPads for. Generally.
Actually, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you kind of see it as the same as when you used to use tablets.
Yeah. Something really quick. The mushroom tops right now, they're all pretty standard and kind of boring. So something I'll do is I'll probably go through and do like quick little motions to create more of like a ringlet. And then what I can do from there is find the lines that I like best and then kind of build around that. Just because I want the mushrooms to have a little bit more personality than, just a standard mushroom. And I'll probably render this out quite a bit so it has more of like that realism surrealness to it. And you can already see like there's just a bit more of a playful nature behind it now. So I'll probably do that on all of them. But at least for the stream, I'll definitely knock out the remaining mushrooms, and then I guess I could start detailing some things too. What do I have? 45 minutes left? I also think for future streams, I was thinking maybe we could do it where I start with like let's say we did another fan art one. I would start from scratch, but I would have like a thumbnail that I did before the stream, and then it would just be like longer streams.
Yeah. Just to finish it.
Because I literally walking around Gen Con, I had this idea. I want to hear what you think. I want to hear what you guys think. So I think I'm going to let my Patreons participate in a bracket tournament. That's like
another tournament?
Yes, that's like a fan art competition. So I would have 16 different fan art pieces that I could possibly want to draw. And then every 2 days or whatever it is, whatever my voting period is, I would have them vote on all 16 on which ones they would rather see between each, and then it would slowly go down to 2, and then it would be the big battle between whatever 2 fan arts were left. And then whichever one wins, it'll be like my December fan art drawing that I do on a live stream.
Okay.
Just to get more like Patreon interaction where they feel like they're voting and they're contributing in a way that actually affects the outcome of what I'm drawing specifically. So imagine, you know what? I kind of want to test it really quick. All right, could you type in which fan art would you like to see me draw? Let's pick, like, what are two that I actually would want to draw? Let's do Myotismon, or no, let's do
Hang on.
Piedmon. Oh.
Hang on. Okay. Piedmon from Digimon?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Is that how they spelled it?
No, Pied.
P.
It's like pied. Nope. Like pie? Yep, and then, yep. Or, ooh, what's another one that would be kind of good? Because I would rather do, like, obscure ones. Or,
You can add more options too.
oh, ooh, okay. Let's do, like, 4. Let's do Noise from Dramatical Murder. No one looked that one up, though, the actual animator series, or the books. I just like the character design a lot, but it's not safe for work. I have to throw a Final Fantasy thing in there. I don't want to do Vivi because I feel like that'll just win.
You should do someone that you traditionally wouldn't do. From Final Fantasy. Like,
Fran from Final Fantasy 12. I feel like I rarely draw, like...
oh, I was hoping you'd do Snow or someone like that you technically would never draw.
I don't... I liked Snow's design, but not enough for me to want to draw it. Like, if I was doing Final Fantasy 13, I'd rather do Vanille or Ansi Lightning. And then fourth one... let's do a movie or, like, a Netflix series or something. I almost would want to do, like, one of the characters from Players, but that wouldn't make sense.
Could do
Or we could, let's dive into, like, what did we grow up with?
we already got Digimon.
I didn't just grow up with Digimon.
I know. Something from Avatar.
Oh, okay. Azula from Last Airbender. Let's do one more. I feel like 5's kind of fun.
I think it only gives you 4 is max.
Oh, okay. So those would be the 4. So, like, let's say, I don't think you spelled noise right. I think it's Noiz. You might have to look that one up really quick.
Noiz, yeah.
Oh, love his design. Okay. Put the poll live. Bam. You know what, Felix? I never saw Vampire Hunter D, but so many people have told me to watch it. Oh, Yuna, Corey. I would love to do a true Final Fantasy X fan art at some point. So yes, eventually I will do Yuna on some regard. And you know what? Having just replayed Final Fantasy X, not for this to be a tangent, but the story really is about her and her journey, and I actually think she's the strongest character in that story. Like, growing up, I obviously always assumed it was Titus, and I associated with him, but now that I replayed it, now that I'm older, I realize Yuna is really the super strong one, and the story centralized around her. But anyways.
All right.
Well, I'm very curious to see how this poll goes.
I guess we'll have to wait and see. All right. Back to comments though. Annie Noodle says, I ran into you at Gen Con this weekend. Nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you too.
And I was super excited to hear that you're working on a possible blank sketchbook in the future.
Yes, that's something obviously I always would want because I feel like it'd be like an easy sell to at cons. Be like, hey, I do pencil drawings and here's my branded sketchbook. We reached out to Strathmore, so technically right now I'm an ambassador for Strathmore, so that's why all the sketchbooks that you see that I'm drawing on, they gave to me for like a credit essentially. And I did mention to them about possibly doing custom sketchbooks, but I think that's something we'll probably look into after I finish my next art book, because then I feel like it would make sense for me to spend time on like really customizing it and making it look nice. So I would love to see that in my hands, and like whenever I go, I could draw in a sketchbook that has my stuff on it. I think that'd be fun.
That'd be really fun, yeah. Tigil says, when is the Josh vs. Cat art battle planned? We were promised this.
I think we're thinking September because this next couple weeks will also be pretty con heavy, but then September it slows down.
Yeah, because we'll see how our timing works, because I don't know if we can stream next week or not. We'll see.
I don't think we can.
Yeah, because we have to leave for the airport.
Yeah, because so next week we'll be at Emerald City in Seattle, and then the week after we'll be home again.
Ella says, if I'd ever go to the States, I'll make sure to check out a con for sure. Yes, please, Ella.
I think you would love it. I would recommend Dragon Con over any other one.
I feel, yeah, Dragon Con probably would be you get that big convention feel at it, but it has, I think, more stuff that's interesting to see.
Yeah, because I think it would have more of that fantasy stuff that you might be looking for. Unless if you are into anime or manga, then I would think Asen, Oticon, Momocon. They're all a very similar vibe, I would say. I'm curious, what's winning the poll? Oh! Three-way split. See, I think I would also want to do characters that are not the obvious choices. Like, I think all three of these are interesting. At least the ones in the tie. But I don't think people know who Noise is for them to want to vote on him.
I know you really you have the little figure of Noise even.
I just love his look. I don't even know if I necessarily like his character a lot, but I just love his look so much.
Demon Keeper says, me going to a convention is one of those so rare of a chance happenings. If you bet I'd not go, you'd have a 99% chance of cashing in.
I mean, they are a lot. They're very people heavy. So if like that is not your scene, yeah, cons would be like a nightmare situation.
Jen says, convention culture is not embraced everywhere. Wouldn't be surprised if I had to travel to Germany to get anywhere near a convention.
Oh.
Tigil says people from the Netherlands are legendarily stingy.
Oh. Really?
And then Barbara says, I think people at Tigil would say the Dutch are stingy, but they have no problem to spend money on things they absolutely love. And then Tigil says, you're from the Netherlands, aren't you?
Oh. Dang.
And then Tigil says, they're also in denial a lot. All right, that's some drama between you guys.
Yeah, what is the shade being thrown in the comment section at each other? What is that? It's Eurovision in the comments right now.
Oh my gosh. I actually watched the Eurovision. I watched Eurovision this last year.
Did you? Who won?
I did. Oh my god, was it Spain? I forgot who won. I think it was Spain.
Oh.
I can't remember. Anyone who watched Eurovision, remind me. Annie Noodle says, I really want to have an Artist Alley type booth next year at Gen Con. I've heard it's really hard to get in though.
Yeah, admittedly it took me a couple years before I started getting in pretty regularly, but I feel like when you get started in doing conventions, you have to kind of expect the really big ones will take a little bit to get into, because there's so many people that apply to them every year, and I always tell my friends like not to take it for granted, and whenever you do get into a show, like appreciate that a lot of people got rejected so that you could be there. But apply. But what I was saying earlier to the extent of it is there's never a right time to start, so just apply for next year. And if you don't get in, don't sweat it. A lot of us don't get in the first time.
Jen says, conventions take up space as well, and you have to make an argument for arranging them. You could say that it is a celebration of culture, but there is a lot of other cultural events as well.
Very true.
Mm-hmm.
Well, cons are very much like an entertainment celebration, where I think there would be ones that are more like relevant to cultural needs. Like I think having one about art history might be more influential, or God, I don't even know what cons are in the States that I'm like, yeah, these would be. Or if there was like a national history one.
Wedding conventions are pretty fun to go to.
Well, America is a convention for everything.
Yeah.
Like we're notorious for those fur cons you hear about in the States. But like my sister literally goes to baby conventions because her and her husband run a baby store. There's literally baby store conventions. Like
It's just like the ones we go to. There's exhibitors and
Mhm.
I've gone to, well, my dad's in die casting, so I went to a die casting show once.
Mhm.
It's literally just metal parts and machines. I went to a candy show, which I loved.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Actually, I think that was probably the like most glamorous looking show because it was like Hershey was there. They had a Skittles booth. They had you could like make your own. It was really cool actually. You can make your own Skittles bag. Yeah, they had Hershey. Like any candy you could imagine, they had a booth there. It was crazy, and these were like
Yeah.
60-foot booths for them. It was really fun.
I mean, hell, if we're even thinking about it, Gen Con technically is a board game convention.
Actually, yeah, Simon really
You know,
like.
Catan had, what, a 60-foot booth?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Oh, Fran's winning now.
Oh yeah, Fran's definitely in the lead now.
I mean, I would love to do a Fran fan art. You know what? Maybe I'll legit add her to the December fan art poll one. You know what? I think I'm going to do this. It sounds fun enough for me to want to do. And it'd be cute because then I'll send the original to one of my Patreon backers. I think that'd be fun. We'll just do like a random poll.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, actually, it's like.
And then everyone else gets a print.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be even more fun. Imagine if literally it's like Willy Wonka golden ticket thing where we send everyone a print of that fan art for the December physical reward, but one of them will actually be the original.
Oh, that's cute.
Right? That'd be fun.
I like that.
Let's do that. When our December's so open that we would actually have the time to do something fun like that.
Actually, it'd be kind of fun if one were more financially stable. That with that golden ticket, then they get like a U+1, like a flight to a convention we go to. Okay, you're not feeling that?
Holy, do you know how expensive that? What if someone from Japan won that?
Well, we would be in a place
Plus
that we could do.
one. Oh my gosh. Also, where would they stay at? We'd have to like provide amenities.
Yeah, we would apply to. It'd be like an all-expense paid trip.
This one right here. I'm suggesting sending out a piece of paper. He's like, let's fly them in wherever they are in the world, +1 to a convention, and we'll accommodate. You went from like the jump. That was an enormous jump just now.
Oh my God, Alex Dos Diaz is here signing up for Patreon now.
Alex. Actually, Alex, I'm curious. What did you vote for on these 4 options in the poll? I feel like I kind of know which one you would vote for. I just want to see if I was right.
Felix says, I feel like all the cons happen in America. I wouldn't know where to go in Germany. Especially not fitting into the fan art or an anime niche.
I actually do feel like there's one called Berlin Comic Con. Correct me if I'm wrong if anyone knows this, but I think there is a Germany Comic Con. I think it's called Berlin Comic Con. Because I feel like I remember looking into this. Because I did want to kind of go to Germany because technically my family's from Germany, or half of my family is. So I always want to see, origins. That'd be kind of cool.
Jen says, oh, your home is white. When are people... Oh, this is when we're talking about the houses all going into like monotone. Oh, your home is white. When are you moving? That is my first impression of people going monocolor. I mean, yeah, people love the like modern... I mean, some modern homes do look architecturally really cool. I just don't think I'd like to live in it, though.
No, I'm definitely a nestled fantasy hobbit home type person. And I kind of lucked out with Josh because I feel like we both like that same aesthetic for living in.
Hobbit home specifically is like the adjective I use all the time.
So
even our kitchen I want to feel like a Hobbit kitchen.
Yeah, so I feel like it really worked out because then when we decorate, there's not a lot of like arguments or like, but that's not my taste. It's like, oh yeah, that yes. Yeah, a mushroom lamp, yes.
I know my ideas are not apparently hitting well today, but I had another idea for the kitchen of like, it'd be cute to have countertops that do the more droopiness. It's like, right now, like, countertops generally have like a harsh edge down. Yes. You're getting a countertop that has like more of like a droop down.
Do you know how many things would fall off of that?
Can I get one thing? Just one thing that you're like,
okay, then how about this? You shoot an idea that's actually good. Go.
All right. I don't have anything back to
I mean,
right
if
now,
you
but
did, we could do like a natural wood counter, so it's like the edges won't be like straight
I
line.
love wood countertops. They're just not the best to like, because they stain. If you put something hot on it, it could like instantly.
Well, wouldn't
ruin
we
it.
seal it with varnish?
Yeah, it's not like foolproof though. I don't know. I think I'd still do like a granite. Definitely more of like a granite or something that looks pretty.
I mean, I like granite too.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Got some Caspers is cute. Yeah, this is how behind I am. Hang on. We gotta get back. This is back when Casper was jumping up in the counter.
Yeah. Catch up.
Yeah. Should get Casper a tablet to preoccupy him. Yeah, he's a baby.
He is a baby.
Demon Keeper says I have a cat that is named Monster that loves to take over my desk in front of me where I sketch or do anything when she wants near me. Each one having their own character and charm.
It's like I love it, but it's also sometimes super inconvenient. But I feel like I gotta remind myself that we shouldn't be taking life too seriously and enjoy the small moments while we have them, especially with your cats because they won't be around forever, and to really enjoy them while they're kind of in their baby mode still, because you won't even get that for a long period.
Oh, Corey Martin's here. Hello, Corey.
Mm-hmm. He was the one who suggested some of the early ones.
Have you, Miotismon and Piedmon are sick. Have you played Digimon Survive? Did I miss that part coming in late?
I think our friend Zach is playing it right now, and he said it's very similar to Digimon World 1, which I adore, but I haven't tried it, no.
I do want to try it out. Well, because what was the one...
Have you talked to him about it already?
No, I know he told us, but what was the one that... Oh my god, what was the name of it? There's a Digimon in the game that came out kind of recently before this one, and I did not like it.
The PS3 one?
Yeah.
I don't think I like that one either.
I think it was like a PSP one. And then it got ported to PC and maybe Switch. I forget.
Oh.
Everyone's suggestions. All right, I'm getting past these suggestions. Everyone had great suggestions.
Or people suggesting.
Well, it was from the poll earlier. Jen says you haven't watched Vampire Hunter D. You know what? You are robbing yourself of one of the best animated movies ever.
Okay, excuse my ignorance. Which one would you recommend watching? Because I feel like there's a lot out there, but it could also be because I don't know. Maybe there is like one staple Vampire Hunter D movie.
Yeah, give us a direction.
I feel like Alex would also know this.
Alex says, who hasn't seen Vampire Hunter D? We haven't.
I'm not proud of this. I actually do want to watch it.
Annie Noodle says, I really want to go to Dragon Con sometime. How busy is that versus Gen Con? Probably more, right?
I would say busier.
That's probably like between New York and Gen Con. So probably like 75,000.
The difference, though, is Dragon Con is separated. God, how do I even explain this? Where sound cohesive? Okay, Gen Con is in a giant warehouse, like what Josh was saying. Dragon Con's in two separate hotels. One of them is an art show that's in the basement of the hotel, but it's really nice. It sounds bad, but it's really nice. And that's only art show. The other hotel has 4 floors of exhibitor booths.
Well, Artist Alley is in the actual exhibit hall. That's an exhibit hall there. That's not a hotel.
No, now you're complicating it. No, they're both hotels.
They're not both hotels, I promise.
Oh, wait. No. The 4, but it's more of like an executive building. I wouldn't even call it a conference center.
It's an inner city, like, convention hall. It's one that's built up rather than, like, Indiana, which has space to build giant.
Is that right? That doesn't sound right to me.
I'm right.
You could be right.
Yeah.
But it is weird because no other con is stacked like this, where it'll be 4 floors, and then the Pop Artist Alley, which is where a lot of our friends are on that 4th floor. It sounds like it would do terrible considering how confusing it is, but everyone does well at Dragon Con. At least everyone that I primarily talk to.
It is a hotel.
You know what? You made me doubt myself there, because I was like, I don't know if it is.
Well, we didn't bet on it, thankfully. All right. Next comment. Yeah. Oh, and then Corey asked, "Did you pick up Digimon Survive?" Wait, actually, hang on. I can't remember which one Zach's playing. That's
Hanging.
the new one, right? Yeah, Digimon Survive.
Yeah.
It looks good. The art in it looks really good too.
I would give it a try. I feel like I've been burned by some Digimon games in the past, so I would need to be like recommended. So if you would genuinely recommend it,
Yeah, like
I'd
look
give
at
it a
this
try.
picture. It's so cute.
Like I said, I'm not opposed. Digimon World 1 and 2, I still think very fondly of.
Jen says, while I like Piedmon, I kind of feel like that's within your comfort zone, and I don't know what noise is, so I'm intrigued.
Noise is just a beautiful character design, in my opinion. It's just a lot of accessories, and then it has a Nordic beanie, which I've always liked them. Could you share a safe for work photo of Noise?
I'm guessing there's a lot of fan art of noise.
Or actually, share that thing.
Oh, this is the figure.
So this is the figure that I think it's so good.
Hang on, let me just make
He's
sure.
just a
link's
cutie.
right.
He's so cute. Yeah, link that there. Obviously, this is a chibi version of him, but I just love the color contrast between this like dark blue and then this like electric green and then the white. It's just a really good color combination, in my opinion. Oh wow, Azula took over. It was Fran for a bit.
It's a tight race.
I feel like Azula is more obvious for why I like her. I like villains to begin with. If you haven't noticed, kind of 2, borderline 3 are villains in this poll alone.
Let's see. Barbara says, "Oh, for Eurovision, Ukraine won this year." That makes sense. I think a lot of people probably. I remember that now. People are giving them a lot of votes too. I feel like this was the year they needed something.
Oh god, I hope there was no backlash being like it was swayed or biased.
Oh, I'm sure there was,
I
but let them have this year.
Yeah.
Annie
For real.
Newell says, "I have family that does duct cleaning, furnaces, etc., and there's a con for that."
Really? Oh, I'm telling you, America has cons for everything.
I feel like that could be a fun tagline now. Whenever someone says something just like really weird, you're just like, and there's a con for that.
Right. Like nail clippers for your chameleon.
And there's a con for that. I mean, honestly though, they are really fun to go to some like strange cons.
You know what? Facts.
Yeah.
We went to a tea one, and apparently it was amazing.
Oh my god, wait, what?
Yeah.
I would go to that.
Yeah.
Everyone liked my idea better over
Of
yours. The golden ticket thing.
Oh, I'm sure you guys liked it better.
I can just imagine someone getting this original and they like throw it down to the floor to grab their all expense paid trip.
I don't blame them, actually.
And just gets trashed on the floor.
Sorry, Anne.
Yeah, sorry, Ed.
Well, it won't be Anne. It'll be whoever wins. But
Whatever,
yes.
yeah, whatever the pick is.
Ooh. Okay, I think I'm going to start detailing some of the mushrooms now. I have a pretty good value layout. I guess I can make this one a little darker.
Ellis says, "It's okay, Josh, know that Chad is with you." Yeah, you know, I'm just willing to like give Tim's money away.
That who's
And
with
Tim's just not over about that, so I don't know. It's fine.
To cover my hand on part of this hand, I'm going to use as like one of those wrist resters. That's a terrible name. A wrist rester for your mouse. I'm going to put that over some of the drawing so that
Wait, do you
I don't
actually do
smudge it.
this?
Sometimes I'll just pull whatever's near me.
Okay. I was
I
like,
don't-
is this something that you're just doing right now on stream? Because I don't think I've seen you do that before.
No. So if I'm drawing where I can't have the drawing on my lap, like sitting,
Oh, that actually makes sense.
yeah, I need something. But I'll kind of, you know what? Is my phone here? I'm going to take a before and after, though, so you guys can kind of see. I'll post it in the Discord. Or, no, I'm going to share this with my Patreon people, sorry.
Alex voted for Fran,
Yeah, that's what I would have. That's what I thought.
who is in the lead.
Fran came back in the lead?
Yeah, Fran's in lead. Azula close second. Looks like
Oh.
Piedmon's slowly dropping out. And Noise had no chance.
No, I said no chance. I just want to throw him in there.
Annie Noodle says, I think my house look is crazy ant meets kaiju meets cottagecore.
Yeah.
A nice combination there.
I don't think I've ever heard that combination yet.
Chris Fair says, winner gets a tour of Tim's office, but is subjected to increasingly bizarre punishments.
Like having to arrange all my art books from color and then rearranging it by chronological order by the author's last name.
And the door is locked. Your only way out is trying to fit through the cat door. Demon Keeper says, I've never seen VHD. Is that the Vampire Hunter Demons? Or just D? Okay. Not into fan art and all the things most people are. Castlevania's about it for me, and I've yet to watch the second season. Actually, we've heard a lot of good things about that, too.
Yeah, I heard that Castlevania
Zach,
anime is good, too.
The only game I've ever gotten into was WoW. Call me weird. I do like WoW a lot, though, too. I actually do want to play WoW again, but the thought of having to get all my add-ons and everything set up again stresses me out.
Why?
Because it's a lot of work.
Oh.
I think it might be my laptop. I might be able to transfer the... Because, like, you know, you get your UI set up and stuff and something. I'd have to my hotbars, I'd have to redo. It's a lot of work. I might get back into it. We'll see. Especially because the new expansion's coming out soon.
I'm surprised you haven't played 14 or...
Well, 14 has a patch coming out soon. 14, I'm at a point now where I'm like, I don't want to be like a crazy grinding player that has the best gear. I just want to play for the story, do the new things, and then I'm good. And then I'll like drop my subscription until the next expansion or patch.
Gotcha.
And then Corey says, I hate that the chat will like scroll by itself sometimes.
I know. I don't like when it does that.
Corey says it's like a horror mystery. You may have not liked Cyber Sleuth. Yes, that's the one I did not like. It was PSP in Japan, and I think it became console-based over here. And sorry, I didn't realize where you were in chat. Oh, no, that's us. I get so behind on this. Well, then Tim goes in a rant, and then the chat starts building up. But yeah, Cyber Sleuth I did not like. I think I made it halfway through, and I was just like, I'm not enjoying this. Why am I playing this still? And then Alex says, Vampire Hunter D, Bloodlust. I think this is the one to watch.
Okay.
And then actually Jen's right afterwards also said the same exact thing. If you ever wondered what a really good adaptation... Okay, so that's the one.
I give it a try. Well, Alex and I have been weirdly on the same page. We both wanted to start Chainsaw Man reading it at the same time, which I thought was really funny. There's a lot of serendipity, or what's that called? Is it serendipity? What's the thing where, like, a bunch of things happening at the same time that are similar?
Deja vu?
No.
Oh, no, that's something different.
I think it is serendipity.
Yeah.
I could be thinking wrong. Anyways.
I don't actually know.
So. I found out Victor's reading Berserk as well.
Oh.
But, like, neither of us knew that each other was reading it.
Serendipity.
And then Alex is also reading Berserk.
Oh.
I know.
Serendipity all around.
I hope that's the right word.
Something super foul we're saying right now, but... Tigil says, oh, to Noise, you should do a cosplay of that. I
wanted to so bad.
Plus, you had the hair. You should have did it when you had your bleached hair.
I know.
That was the time.
I know.
Tigil says, oh, everyone, I'm happy to announce that for next week's stream, both Tim and Josh will be in full drag. Something to look forward to. This has been an official announcement.
We won't even be here, Tigil.
Oh my god, I couldn't imagine going on an
Casper?
airplane. Casper?
Hi.
Here he is again.
Wait, look, proof. He bites my pencils. Wait.
Just let him be natural habitat for a second. Kind of like
Casper. Oh. Casper, you gotta get out of here.
Will you let me hold you like a baby? Can I have a moment with the baby?
Can Josh have you for a second?
Oh, sorry. Oh. No, he's gonna fight it right now. He wants to play. Here, let's get you like a baby. Casper.
So I guess while Josh is taming the beast.
Okay, dude.
So I'm using an HB
No, he wants to go right now.
pencil that's kind of sharp. And I'm going through and I'm finding areas that would be kind of fun to give a bit more texture or like a shape within the shape too. So that's what I'm going to do throughout these mushrooms.
Felix says it's like that meme from Project Runway All-Stars. The theme is sort of, Fragonard Madame de Pompadour meets 21st century rock star / Williamsburg Hasidic gentleman.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't think I've seen the meme, but I kind of get how Project Runway sometimes like hodgepodges what the vibe is supposed to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Stitch will give me the Minecraft server. I'm not sure how much time I'll have to play on it, but I'm happy to know it's there. Can have a little vonnart community Minecraft server.
I really did enjoy Minecraft back in the day.
I played so much Minecraft.
I'm currently... Here you go.
No, I should say there's so many mods for that game now too. It's crazy. Like you can make the world look exactly how you want.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. I'm not playing a lot of games right now, but when I get back into it, I really want to continue on my Final Fantasy VI journey. I've had a lot of fun with it, but once cons get a little heavy, I feel like I have to just put a giant pause on any game for just a little bit. But I do hope to get back into that because I was really enjoying it.
I hope so. I like when you play video games.
Oh, I will. But I'm thinking it will be more like December.
Yeah, when we have some downtime.
And who knows, maybe the Elden Ring DLC will be out by then.
I mean, looking forward to it. Demon Keeper, actually, speaking of Elden Ring, I do want to play it again soon with the mod. Because there's a mod that will mix up where all the items are located. So, like, you could kill the first boss and get the Great Moon Great Sword. So, yeah, I think it'll make it more fun because you have no idea what's going to drop from where. And you can't look it up.
I don't know if you saw, the latest patch made it so that you can drop your summoning thing in multiple places.
Oh.
So, like, let's say if you want to help someone at 4 different bosses, you could put your thing down at each boss, and then you could get summoned to each of them. So it's not just
cool.
one. Yeah, I really like that.
Demon Keeper says, my computer won't handle WoW, and I sure don't have the cash to drop into a new one, or even upgrades for the one I have. I'm a poor schmuck stuck with a dinosaur of a computer and lucky to have it. Well, at least you got something working, but yeah. I mean, it's sucks because I feel like new expansions too get more graphically intense, so
Yeah.
a computer that could handle,
I feel like they're
vanilla.
forcing people to upgrade.
Can you play in vanilla servers? 'Cause I think those use like the old graphics still.
I was say they should, because I was able to play that when I was in high school.
Yeah, I would maybe vanilla servers. I don't know. Corey asked, "You've watched?" I'm gonna botch this. Jujutsu Kaisen.
Where is it? Oh, that was good. Yeah, you got it.
I did. Okay. Yes, maybe we did get obsessed with that one.
I have not. Actually, sounds like something Alex has seen. Alex is like my friend that is like my anime go-to. Well, now we met a new friend. Well, not met, but we got to know Beth B. Rad more closely this past weekend, and I found out she's also crazy into anime and manga, so now we have 2 people we can get recommendations from. Or at least, like, see if they've seen this before. Because I've heard of that one, but I know nothing of it.
There's just so much. Now that you're becoming a weeb.
I know, I totally am. I just have to accept it because I'm, like, too in love with Berserk and Witch Hat Atelier. So I'm like, maybe this was always my calling. It just took me a while to get there.
Ella says, sure, Tim. Yeah, Casper definitely bites on your pencil.
I know, he's being really good about not showing it on the stream.
And then Alex in all caps, I told you about it this past weekend.
Was that the one? Well, you gotta remember, you and Beth were shooting a lot of names at me that I can't register them, but I kind of remember the story of each.
There they are. Is this one an anime or just a manga?
Both.
Oh,
At least
okay.
that was the impression I got. Wasn't this the one that you said you read? No, this is the one you watched. You might have to correct me on that.
And Corey says, I'm very sad I missed attending Gen Con.
It was pretty great. I felt like me and Josh were like in our own world for like when behind the booth, because we were doing this thing where we tried taking 2-hour shifts and then like tag team in and out. So I feel like our experience at Gen Con was a little different than other people's, because we got to walk around, I think, way more than a lot of our friends. But even at night, I kind of wish we did do more things at night. It's just we're so exhausted usually afterwards.
I mean, yeah.
I think next year, though, I think we should try to do some of the night stuff.
I would like that. I just think it was fun at Anime Central when we did that one.
Yeah.
At nights, we'd actually do stuff at the con, which
Like
was
hang
really
out
fun.
with everyone.
Because I think in some way, too, we can get caught up in, like, the con is just exhibitor hall. But I think we forget there's other reasons people come to the con, too, besides just walking
The
through
arcade, the rave. I mean, I haven't been to a rave in, like, since we went with Melina that one time.
Well, no, we did it at ASIN.
No, but that's what I mean.
Oh, I get... sorry. Okay.
Before then, though, and I was like, yeah, I kind of forgot how much I enjoyed doing this.
I'm guessing Gen Con doesn't do a rave. Doesn't feel like
I
that type
doubt
of show.
it, but, you know, I actually don't know. I doubt it. But you never know.
Oh, Vigilante's here. Rueden Wonderland.
Vigilante.
Have you ever watched Arcane?
Yes. I played League of Legends. Well, so did you.
Yeah.
And I think I went in with a little bit higher expectation. I think visually, I think it's one of the most stunning shows to exist, especially as an animation show. The story didn't quite connect with me. I was not that big of a fan of the story.
I know that's not popular opinion either, but
It's definitely not popular.
I didn't really care for it either. It was like very, to me, it felt like I think it was just cringy at parts. It was the scenes with the music that was playing. I think it was like Imagine Dragons.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
And there's just scenes to me that were like, you kind of just cringe a little bit. But I think some people like that. They kind of like the badass kind of thing, so that's good. I think overall, though, like you said, I love the aesthetic of the show.
Oh, one of the
like
best I've ever seen.
Scenes and the character design, everything was good.
I think because we also know people that worked on it, it's like hard for me to want to talk about Arcane because I don't want to badmouth it. But it wasn't for me. I'll just keep it at that. Wasn't for me.
And then Alex says Jujutsu Kaisen to watch. So watch it.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was watch.
Tijol says, random question because we spoke about cosplay. Has anyone else except me ever done a swordplay cosplay or Tim drawing cosplay?
You're the only one that's ever done Nate, but I had 2 people do red cosplays before. I'm assuming once I dive back into swordplay, I might get a few more.
Wasn't someone gonna do Lunar Mermaid? I thought there was
They were
that one
gonna do-
cosplay. It was
Curiosity.
Okay. No.
Yeah.
Was it Curiosity?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I must be thinking of someone else then, so. Corey says Jujutsu Kaisen is on HBO Max, but you could also read it. Tony and I read ahead because we were so obsessed.
Yeah. I think right now I'm going to stick with Berserk and Witch Hat for reading and then maybe dabble with Chainsaw Man. But then watching... What am I... I was watching something. Oh, I'm watching this like vampire blood one on Netflix. But I'm not super invested in that one.
I don't think I've ever seen you. That must have been like a couple episodes and you stopped.
Maybe I will give... Oh no, you know what? Vampire Under D, that'll be the next one for sure I'll watch then.
Lots of good recommendations.
Yeah, thank you.
Oscar says, Tim, have you ever met Cynics or whatever his alias is?
Yeah. Not in person, but I did a Google Hangout with him a few times, way back in the day. I'm hoping he'll be at Lightbox this October. So Cynics is one of those like YouTube tutorial people that I used to follow back when I was in like school and just out of school.
Yeah.
And then they invited me to like their group hangouts for a little bit with Psychra and a bunch of other of them.
Oh.
It was really fun. Yeah, they're great.
Don't think I know about them.
Yeah, I feel like I just haven't talked to him as much because we're kind of in like different fields now where he still does obviously the YouTube thing and animation where I'm doing a lot of like con heavy stuff. So I tend to talk to more of like con artists.
Vigilante says, yeah, I also liked it visually. Also, congrats for the engagement. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Haven't had a chance to say that to you yet. Very excited. I can show you guys the ring. I'm in the right spot. Is it focused?
Josh still hasn't gotten me my ring.
There's the ring. I know I have to get Tim a ring still. But this one Tim got me, it's gorgeous. There's a little moon on it.
You are so out of focus.
Okay. Annie Noodle says, not anime, but has anyone watched the new Sandman on Netflix? I haven't yet, but I'm really looking forward to it.
All right, literally, I keep getting so many adverts on Instagram for it because I read one of the Sandmans. So yeah, I want to watch it, but I have to admit the trailer did not make me super excited. It looks like it's doing a lot of the visual effects where it's like heavy vignette, heavy contrast, heavy post effects, heavy, what's that called? Right, depth of field where it like only focuses on what's in the foreground. I'm hoping that that was just like a trailer thing and it's not conducive to the whole series, but we'll see. I'm gonna watch it either way.
It has the one actress I really like. She was from
See, even those promo
Doctor Who.
shots, I'm like, I'm just not into it.
Jenna Coleman though. She was on Doctor Who. I liked her a lot, so I like their cast list.
Yeah, cast looks good.
I was hoping when I first heard it, I was like, oh my god, DreamWorks is doing just a movie on Sandman. But
you know what's funny? The Rise of the Guardians is actually doing a book series right now. Something about, I forgot what it's called, something evil and good or whatever. But it's an academy, like school. So they're like doing the Harry Potter rift with their characters.
Oh. I don't know how I feel about that.
Like I said, I haven't read it, so I haven't read it, so I can't say exactly what it is, but that was the impression it left on me.
Titchell says, who's Curiosity? Why don't I know them? Here, I'll link the picture. That was Tim's... I don't think I can even find it online, honestly. It doesn't even show up when I Google it.
Oh, well, I guess it'll be a mystery.
No, you had a different name for it, I think, though, on online. I don't know what you used, though.
The world will never know.
Yeah. Oscar, con artist sounds like people who scam people.
I know that's what Digital keeps saying. He hates that I use that word. But that's what every con artist calls themselves. Like, we rarely say convention artist.
I mean, yeah.
What do you tell people you do?
Oh, someone asked?
Yeah.
I just say...
How do you phrase it?
I give it, like, kind of a longer, but I'm just like, oh, yeah, I work for my boyfriend. He's an artist. We travel to conventions around the States, and he sells his art at those.
Oh, so you give, like, the full thing.
And then I just say I do the more managerial stuff, so I'm like, I'll help with taxes and making the prints. And then usually that's when they ask to see your work, and then I show them your work.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize we're already, like, high-fiving, too. Oh, jeez.
Any last-second messages? Get them in now.
Yeah, we'll go for, like, 10 more minutes.
Annie Noodle says, I read all of the Sandman books multiple times. They're some of my faves.
Oh, yeah, they're super interesting. That's why I'm hoping the
books.
series keeps it in that realm. Has anyone seen the show yet?
Is it out?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay, I thought it was pre-release.
Actually, to the best of my knowledge, it's out. I could be wrong. I thought it was.
Oh, yeah, it came out August 5th.
Okay.
So, first episode. I think they're doing weekly release, possibly.
Oh.
Okay. Or no, never mind. They did it all at once. Never mind.
They're not doing like the arcane thing where it's 3 every week.
You're right.
Well, no, I liked it actually.
I like that too.
I like the 3 week.
I think because you still pace yourself,
Yeah,
but you still get a good chunk of content at once.
because like Josh and I were obsessed with the show on Paramount Plus called Players. It's like a League of Legends mockumentary about esports players, and it would be one a week, but each episode was only like 30 minutes to 40 minutes
I know,
long.
it was kind of a bummer.
Well, it was amazing. Loved it. But every time it ended, I'm like, I wanted more so much right then and there. We joke that if the whole series came out on that first night, because we watched the first episode at what, like 10, 11 p.m.,
Yeah.
we would have binged all 10 episodes.
Thursday mornings though were like Christmas because you just knew, you're like, oh my god, a new episode.
Which I guess is kind of the point. It's kind of cute of why they do weekly releases of single episodes, you know?
Tigel says, Tim, love the glittery nails, by the way. I've been sporting long black nails for a few months now. I love the drama of them.
Well, I usually do them at cons just because it's a little something extra. And then I'm too lazy to wipe it off, so...
Yeah, Tim will literally like peel his nail polish off or glitter, whatever he has.
I normally
on.
don't like nail polish, surprisingly. Usually, I have a bad habit of rubbing, and if I wore black nail polish, it would get on the drawing somewhere at some point. Oh, speaking of this, though, Tijal, you might like this. Josh and I are actually meeting Jinx Monsoon next week.
Oh my god, that's right. I have to book those tickets for us.
Oh, they already did.
No, I didn't yet.
Oh my gosh.
We have to pay for it up front. Yeah, we're gonna meet Jinx Monsoon.
Pretty excited.
Photo op. Yeah, I'm sure you'll post the picture on your Instagram.
Yeah.
I'll post on mine too. Oscar says, Josh, don't forget to add pancakes to your resume. I made plenty
Actually,
of them.
facts.
Could feed an entire country, honestly, with how many I made. Annie says, came out this week. Oh yeah, Sandman.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Maybe we can give the first episode a try and see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I like Jenna Coleman a lot, so I'm curious. Very curious. Oh, Corey says tickets sold out here for her. Tickets sold out for her appearance here. Yeah, I'm surprised Emerald City still had openings for it. But I really should get those booked today.
Yeah, I thought you already did.
Let's see.
They might be out.
No, we're good. Well, it was, hang on, let's see if I can find it. Jinx, there it is. They make the process, though, of buying it really complicated. You have to go, it's not in, like, their profile, you have to go to a whole separate area. Yeah, it's very a strange setup for that. All these gays coming out right now. Titchell, what? No, need to join you. Barbara says, oh wow, Jinx, so jealous, but my husband and I saw Bianca Del Rio. Oh my god, I love Bianca. Last Friday with the meet and greet and front row seats. It was an experience.
Ooh.
Oh, I am very jealous of you about that.
Yeah, I love Bianca.
Tijel, why do I live in stupid Europe? I need to move to America. I'm pretty sure Jinx will do a tour, though. Because I believe Jinx was just in Australia doing stuff, too. So I have a feeling probably coming back to the States for a bit.
Well, thank you, Ellen, for subscribing.
Oh, thank you, Alan. Tijel got warned for spamming. I'm the world's worst mod. Oh, Tijel. Oscar says, maybe I'm slow and left behind and undiagnosed. But can you explain it in better detail what Drawtober is and what it's all about?
Oh, yeah. So, Drawtober is a October drawing challenge that doesn't require a specific medium. So you can do pastels, you can do pencil, you can do ink. You could even do music. Some people do poetry. Some people do like all kinds of things. We've seen a lot over the years. And it is basically there's 6 prompts over the course of 31 days, and they are related to a theme that is like overarching on the entire month. We haven't announced the theme this year, but we did announce a teaser, so if you want to go check that out on Instagram or Twitter. It might be a little obvious what the theme is, but we thought it'd be a good little tease. And the official calendar will be out September 1st. So once that's out, you can start doing thumbnails and stuff. We'll reshare people on the Instagram stories, and it'll be a fun time. And it's very Halloween focused, so we try to make it kind of celebrate the season, where that was my problem with Inktober and some of these other drawing challenges during the month of October. It seems very like vague, and it could have been during any month, where I really want to celebrate the Halloween feeling that October has. And the only other one that was really doing that back in the day was Drawhalloween, but I wanted ones that would create prompts that would get artists excited. So that was the reason why I co-created this back in the day. And since then, we have new hosts. Josh now does the music for it. We'll announce more later about the other new hosts, but they're helping out quite a bit, and it's a lot of fun. So if you want to join, you can. And
Tidgel linked it.
Our whole thing about resharing is we want this to be a challenge for artists by artists. So we want people to feel like they will have a chance to be seen and shared and recognized, because we try to post like 15 artists every day, roughly, and that's every day.
Just on Instagram too, because someone's
just
doing
on
Twitter
Instagram
as well.
Yeah. So we want to have it to be a way that, you know, artists can still get recognized, because it's so difficult nowadays to be seen on social media, and this is like one of those ways that hopefully can help out.
Thank you to Joel and Ella for the links.
Is there any other last minute questions, or are we good?
I think we are good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well then, officially, I didn't fully finish the mushrooms. I got pretty far though. I just got to do this second half. I'll probably post this Friday night. And if this intrigues you to possibly want to own it, I'll probably make it, what was it, $362, because that's how much all my books were together. And I'll post it on my original site, vonnart.net. Okay. Cool. Thank you, everyone, so much for coming. Reminder, we won't be here next week.
Oh, wait, so Fran officially won.
Oh, yeah.
Get that closed
officially. Thank you, guys. Fran won the votes.
Perfect.
I think I might do something like that in December. I think that'd be fun. Make it like a bracket style. But anyways, yes, hopefully we'll see you then in 2 weeks. And until then, take care. Josh, any last words?
Thank you, everyone. As always, it was good to see you again. And then, yeah, we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Absolutely. All right. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks again for coming.
Mwah.
Bye.